All right, so we're going up to the Midwest. We got Houston, Northern Kentucky. No waste of a time there, unless you got the Nords winning that game, Krabs. So we'll go Houston. All right, Iowa, Auburn. This is a game that should be a good one. Someone DM'd me last night, said take Auburn. It's basically a home game for them. What do you think about this game?
I like the Tigers. They opened up a small dog and now are a betting favorite, now laying 1.5 in this spot. Look, we saw Iowa flop last year. I think they do it again here personally. They're not playing too good a ball right now. They lost to Nebraska and Ohio State in the first round of that freaking tournament to start off their conference tournament there. So Auburn, I kind of like what I've seen out of them. I trust Bruce Pearl come the postseason, right? And I love that line flip. Even though they lost that tough game to Arkansas to end their little SEC run, I still like the Tigers to win this first game here and get back on track. I'm back in the SEC and trusting them in the first round here a lot.
Yeah, should be a good one there. All right, we're gonna try to pick up the pace a little bit. 12:03 right now, so we got a few more segments to get into. So we're not gonna touch on every game,
Sure.
but we'll hit a few more here. All right, Miami. Wait, who does Miami? They don't play Iowa State, right? No, I think that was. All right, so Miami plays Drake in that first round game. This is one though. The line Krabs 2.5 for Miami. This so very short spread for a team that personally I love in Miami. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, line opened up at 4 briefly. Watched it move right in front of my eyes last night. Pretty crazy. I love Drake. Love Tucker DeVries, coached by his pops. This kid's an NBA player, does not belong in that conference, but he carried them throughout the year. They've got a nice point guard in Roman Penn. I love Drake not only to cover this game, but to beat Miami and advance. And I know it says Iowa State there, but it should be Drake. I think they win this game and they beat Miami. They knock them off.
Yeah, all right. So this is one we'll disagree on. I got Miami pushing it all the way to where do I have Miami going? Like the Elite Eight or somewhere. I have Miami making a run. So listen, I think if Miami can get past, this is going to be their tougher game. I'll say this: I think this will be a tougher game for them than if they advance and play Indiana or Kent State. But you mentioned it, Drake's a tough team. But you know what? I've been on the Miami train all year. I think offensively they're going to be too much for Drake to keep pace with. All right, this is another trendy dog, Kent State over Indiana. What do you think there? You think there's any chance they get it done? It's kind of scary. I think too many people like Kent State, so I think it might be one of those bets where Indiana actually becomes the sharper angle here and can get it done.
Kent State definitely public, man, already. That line has moved, though, a lot. Opened up around 5.5, now down to 4 some places. Pretty wild. So they are getting hammered with bets. I did say before the MAC even finished up that I was going to back whoever in the MAC comes out of it in their first game. And I believe in that conference. I think those teams are stacked. Sincere Carey is like Steph Curry 2.0. If you guys haven't watched him play out on Kent State, he's a bucket. I'm still going with them, even though they're public. I know I've seen them all over my feed too. Not good. But I am backing Kent State to win this game and beat Indiana with their incredible guard play they have.
Yeah, we'll be opposite there. I do think Indiana gets done. Do they have the guys who can match up with Jackson Davis, Hutchfino? We'll see. Obviously, it's hard to tell. Kent State plays in the MAC. Indiana's playing tough teams every night of the Big Ten. So we'll see if they can come in and get it done. But I do like Indiana to advance there. All right, this is going to be an upset one. So that Pitt Miss State game, Krabs, who do you have there real quick, just so we can kind of like make the bracket a little bit easier?
I've got Mississippi State, but either way, I like whoever to advance.
Okay. All right. So I was opposite. So I have Pitt, and then I have Pitt beating Iowa State. But we're both knocking out Iowa State early. That's always fun. Why not? Let's knock them out. I hate Iowa State. All right. Xavier and Kennesaw State here. What's your thoughts on this?
Another public team a little bit here in Kennesaw. They're getting 11.5 points after opening up 12.5 point dogs. So line moving in their favor a little bit. But I do think Xavier pulls this game out, unfortunately. I do think Kennesaw probably covers. This team is incredible. They had a 4-star kind of start up their program a couple years ago when they were one of the worst teams in the conference, and he's built them up to be an absolute force this year. I do think Xavier wins. I think they get back on track after that atrocious performance the other night in that conference championship. But it's going to be close. It's going to be weird. It's going to be tough. Xavier sneaks it out barely, but that's what I got going from that game.
I'm going Kennesaw State out right there. That's going to be one of my bigger upsets. Just fade Xavier.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm fading Xavier. Just not a big Xavier guy. Obviously, they lost Freemantle for the year. They played pretty well in his absence. I get it. Just a gut feeling here, but I definitely think Kennesaw covers, obviously, if I'm going to take them in my
I like
bracket
it.
outright. Give me an upset there because, like I said, I think it's going to get weird there in that region. I think we're going to see a couple double-digit teams in the round of 32. All right, this could be the best first-round game. A&M Penn State. Penn State and A&M both going on a run there in their respective conference tournaments. Penn State, when we did the show on Monday, like last week when we did it, I said, hey, let's take Penn State. It was on DraftKings, minus 120, yes, to make the tournament. That could not have been more free. They moved themselves all the way up to a 10 seed. A&M feels a little disrespected there as a 7, obviously finishing in second in the SEC. I thought they'd be a higher seed here, Krabs, but I do like the Nittany Lions to pull this out. What do you think?
Man, this is an incredible game. Two teams playing their best ball of the year. I wish they did not get matched up against each other. They don't deserve that one bit with how they've been playing recently. But I'm back in Buzz. I'm going with Tyrese Radford. I'm going with Buzz Williams, Mr. Blue Collar coach there. He's built up this program, brought him back to life. Unbelievable coach. Great job he's done there. Great leader of men. Really respect him as a person and a coach. He came to VT and turned our program around like that. So absolute stud. Love what he's done there in A&M. And I think he continues rolling here. I think they beat Penn State through Tyrese Radford locking up Pickett. Very similar guards, big physical driving guards. I think he kind of takes Pickett out of that game. And that's going to cause Penn State to struggle because they run their entire offense through him. So line's moving our way, 2.5 to 3 already. I've got A&M going far. I'm not going to say how far because I don't want to spoil anything, but I've got them going far, and it starts here against Penn State. They win.
If you say Colgate here, Krabs, I'll be scared. But anyway, yeah, I do like Penn State. I think that's going to be a good game, man. I mean, they're both hot right now. Penn State, they showed in the tournament, how difficult they can be to match up with. They play kind of a weird offense because they don't have any dominant bigs, but, the back down with Pickett, and then they kind of just play through him. A lot of teams show him some doubles. They can really shoot the ball. Andrew Funk, one of the best shooters in the conference. We know Miles Dredd can fill it up. They have guys who can just shoot. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a good game, but I do like the value. I kind of have it as like a pick 'em, so I'm going to take the points and run with Penn State. Please tell me you're not doing Colgate, Krabs, so we can move on to the next one and the final one.
Colgate will cover, but they will not win. They shoot the 3 ball incredibly. They built a dynasty in the Patriot League. Tucker Richardson, Keegan Records. These guys are absolute studs. Everyone on the team can shoot. They will give Texas some serious trouble, but the Longhorns do pull it out late and win the game in advance.
They're nothing more than a toothpaste to me, Krabs. I'm just gonna trust Texas there to get it done. Colgate does not scare me at all.